Hey guys, Shane Boat here at Indianapolis Healthplex Master Trainer here today for today's session on functional fitness and therapeutic exercise. So great to be here with you today. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to continue down toward our path talking about the importance of functional movement, the importance of a good warm-up, how the body is a complex system that all works together. So what we're going to be really focusing on in this course, in this class today, is to try to talk about some of the elements that we experience in everyday life. We're going to continue to work on common misalignments we see, common issues with posture. So today I'm going to really focus on the lower back. I'm going to focus on the shoulders, rotator cuff area. And so we're going to kind of put together a combination of exercises too, because when you're at home, we're going to get things moving. It's always more effective to try to get a lot of muscle groups working at the same time. You're going to get a better workout, and you're going to burn more calories. You're going to burn more fat, and you're going to build better conditioning overall. You're going to increase your flexibility and mobility. So what we're trying to really focus on is proper posture, proper alignment, fundamentals. Now today, I'm going to be demonstrating everything body weight only, because I want you to think about, if you're at home, I really just want to focus on great technique. I want to focus on some of these fundamentals, because form and function and technique are essential to great training, to great workouts, particularly if you're trying to work on some of those supporting muscles or stabilizers that are hard to get to, that tend to get overlooked in a lot of fitness programming. So we're going to try to put that together today. And I'm going to, at home, if you want to use the dumbbells or soup cans or any kind of weighted object, that's going to be beneficial as well. We also have a chair at home in case you want to use that for extra stability on your squats, or if I ever want to hold that chair to help me with balance. Because throughout this course, we're going to be working on proprioception, balance. Those are big parts of everything that we're trying to accomplish. So I hope you've got some stuff nearby. I'll give you a moment here to grab some weight if you'd like. Again, I'm going to be demonstrating everything today body weight only, because that's pretty exciting too if you're at home and you're really limited, or if you just want to work on perfect technique. A couple of things while we're picking up some of those things to work with today. I want you to think about proper breathing, utilizing the diaphragm properly when we're breathing. So we're thinking about the core, setting the core while we're doing these exercises. Mind to muscle connection, making sure whatever I'm working, whatever movement I'm working, I'm trying to think about what I'm firing. And remember, there's such a huge benefit to isometric training. Okay, isometric training is when a muscle is fully flexed or extended and you're holding a position, because there's always an agonist and antagonist. So if you're working an area and I'm contracting that area, that's helping me improve and get stronger. So it's not always about, how much weight I can lift, or how, if I'm using more weight. Sometimes form, function, and technique are everything. And then as we go through this course, we look at some of the misalignments that we commonly see in fitness, we can work on those things. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna line up here. We're always going to start out with a dynamic warm-up. We always want to think about doing a cool down, especially at home. Those things are so important in fitness. Life is quick. We can get in a hurry, but we got to really make sure we warm up properly. Okay, the body works better. We reduce injuries a lot when we warm up properly, and that's something that can get overlooked. So what I'm going to do today's dynamic movement is I'm going to go into a lunge into rotation. So coming at you from a sagittal plane into a transverse plane. So it's that 3-dimension we talk about, getting your core working on working those rotational exercises. So what I'm going to do here is carefully hit my lunge, stabilize, rotate, come out, and come back. Okay, notice how I'm taking my time hitting this motion. Lunge, rotate, back. Keep my core activated, working on breathing, thinking about my posture and technique. Remember, we don't want to rush the exercise. I'll take 10 good ones over 100 bad ones. So we're here, get a lunge, rotate, okay? And our focus here will be 10 good ones. Going into rotation, okay? Breathing. I'm gonna go ahead and transition here, give you more of a frontal plane, okay? I'm gonna hit my lunge, I'm gonna rotate, kick back. Now I can control the difficulty of this exercise in terms of how far I lunge out, so that's something to think about. Constantly breathing. Weight distribution should be on the heel when I step out. I want to make sure we got good foot alignment. Ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders are in a good position. This is a fantastic warm-up exercise. It really warms up the hips, your trunk. And once again, it works a lot of muscles. A lot of us have tight psoas muscles or hip flexors, so this is going to be a great dynamic stretch for the hip. And again, the relevance of this is we can do this right in your own home, right in your living room. I'm going to do a couple more. So really taking our time, perfect form, perfect reps. Okay, and as we go through today, I'm going to try to hit both frontal and sagittal viewpoints so you can get different looks at these exercises from different points of view. I think that'll help you at home so you can kind of see what those look like. Okay, so that's one dynamic form up there that I really like. Then what I'm going to do now is called a spiral diagonal. So I'm gonna give you that sagittal view first. I'm gonna come back on my right toe. What I want to do, I'm gonna come touch that front toe. I'm gonna rotate, look up at the sky, and repeat. Okay, so this is working us in that three-dimensional plane. Once again, it's working my legs, my trunk, my shoulders, my core. If I play recreational sports, if I love tennis, golf, basketball, really any kind of sport that's going to be played in a three-dimensional plane, this is great to warm up in to train your core. Notice how I'm taking my time on these exercises. And when I reach to my end point, that's that little isometric hold I'm telling you about. I'm firing those muscles, okay? So I'm going to give you the side view here so you can see a good different point of emphasis. So you can notice I'm on that back toe. Okay, I got a pretty upright trunk. My legs are engaged. I come down. Very carefully rotate the trunk. I don't want to rush this exercise. The other great thing about this exercise, the spiral diagonal pattern, is we're going to work the core and balance. So we're getting some balance while we're activating. Again, I'm not using any weight here. Body weight only. You know, at home you should really feel like you're getting a good burn in the legs. Okay, another thing, this is going to be great if I'm a really big lifter, if I'm a big power lifter, or I'm in bodybuilding or any kind of, if I love CrossFit training, these things are all fantastic for building those in their smaller stabilizing muscle groups are so vital when we're moving those bigger muscle groups, those global muscle groups that help support, protect, prevent injury. So everything in this functional training we're trying to really accomplish is injury prevention and increase that mobility, okay, and stabilization. Okay, so that's our dynamic warm-up. Good warm-up. Now, if I'm at home here on these squats, I can use the chair for extra support if I need to give me some, because squats really help, the chair helps us squat perfectly. We want to use that. I could add resistance once again. I was talking to a friend the other day. He's using milk jugs at home. So I was talking him through that, trying to instruct him how he could utilize those milk jugs. So really great stuff we can do at home to improve our fitness. And that's such an important part of what we're trying to accomplish here today. And we're going to use another compound motion here, complex system, compound, again, to revisit slow, perfect reps. But when you get all these muscle groups working, we're going to burn more calories, you're going to burn more fat. And I know you guys like to hear that at home. So not only are we getting the mobility and stability benefits, but we're increasing that basal metabolism. We're getting the body working like it's meant to do. So what I want to do with my ankles, okay, if you look at my picture, I'm giving you that sagittal view here. Ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders are in alignment. Okay, and I don't have any weight. I'm gonna do these all body weight. So I still can really get a great workout. Okay, I'm gonna do 5 this way to show you. I'm gonna squat, hinging. Okay, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna curl. And then I'm gonna overhead push. I'm gonna repeat. Control. Keep that chest and head up on your squats. So important. It's a tendency to want to lead that trunk forward when we squat. Okay, be careful about hyperextending or overlocking the joints. And even here, even with no weight, I can feel a really great contraction in my biceps. I can feel great activation of the deltoids. The rotator cuff is working. And I'm an athlete that really likes to lift heavy weight, but I understand the benefits of good form and function. And I think this is going to really help understand movement and focus your training on always improving flexibility, because a lot of dysfunctional movement patterns, if we've got overactive muscles, that can create havoc with our form and function. So we're trying to get the body working together. I'm going to give you now more frontal view of my squat overhead. So notice when I'm going to sit back on my squat, keep that chest up. Good. Notice the hips are hinged. My chest is up. I create what I call a triangle. Everyone sees that triangle at home. That's so important, because then I know that I'm squatting in a good plane. My curl to my press. I'm going to repeat. Perfect squat position. Coming through the heel, curl, press. I'm going to do 3 more repetitions. I'm breathing, I'm focusing on contracting, I'm finishing each part of the movement pattern. Another thing you can do, and I'll demonstrate one more, on my squat to make things more difficult at home if I want, I can even hold a static squat hold at home. If you want to try this for 30 seconds to really get the legs activated, if I hold that squat down in the bottom, that really gets things revved up. Okay, so that's great job there at home, everyone. Okay, that looked really, I'm getting a lot of great responses. It's so great to see you today as well. And, putting this program together is really going to benefit everything that we're trying to do. So I'm going to go ahead and, that's my first combo movement. I'm going to go into a second combination movement here that's really great for now the posterior chain, and always thinking about those hamstrings. Okay, I'm going to start with again my sagittal view. What I want to do is I'm going to come down. Actually, I'm going to give you a frontal on this one because it's so. We're going to do soft knees, what we call it. Okay, soft knee. We're going to do a stiff-legged deadlift or an RDL. I'm going to come down, flat back, I'm going to retract my scapulas. I'm going to let it out and come up. Again, no weight. And I'm going to get great activation. So my hips are a hinge. That's so important. Notice the soft knees, but as I come up into position, and notice when I get to the top, I'm squeezing the glutes. So that's those isometric contractions. So I always say to a client, finish that exercise. Squeeze those glutes on top. Finish and contract. That's something that can get overlooked a lot when we're breaking these motions down, when we're working on perfect form. Notice how I'm taking my time. I'm working through the exercises. Retract scapulas, working those upper back muscles that are so important for posture. I'm going to do 3 more here. Really can feel the hamstrings and the glutes, low back and upper back. So again, think of that posterior activation I'm getting out of this one exercise. Okay. Squeeze and finish. All right. Good job. Awesome. Okay. Now, what I'll do before I work into my next segment here is I'm going to go ahead and talk again about that proper anatomical position at home, just so we get a little bit of a breather in between. Again, ankles and knees, hips, and shoulders in alignment. My palms are forward. Pull those scapulas down and back, retract, squeeze glutes and head ups. What we want to do is work that diaphragm. Always focus on your breathing. Breathing gets overlooked a lot in fitness as well. And I'm isometrically squeezing my quads, my glutes, pulling in my transverse abdominis, which is my big key part of my core. Retracting those scapulas. Open up that thoracic cavity. Feel that proper alignment. Okay. That's something you can do at home too, 2 or 3 times a day. You know, if you feel like you're in a position, or even at work, if I'm in a desk chair, I need to get up, move around, throw that anatomical hold in, isometric position in, and that really, you'd be surprised how that warms you up, gets your body kind of activated and loosened up. Because so much of those postural deficiencies and ergonomic issues can come from overuse or just being proper aligned for a long period of time. Because remember, our bodies keep a history of what our body goes through. So it's almost like if I do a movement 1,000 times, then it gets overused a lot. So it's a compilation of history. Okay, so a lot of our deficiencies or our imbalances are an end result of that overuse, if that makes sense. So some of these exercises we're doing, we're trying to counteract that. So I worked the posterior chain, I worked the anterior chain, okay? And I'm gonna focus on, this segment, I'll give you a sagittal and a frontal view here on the rotator cuff, okay? The most versatile joint in the body. Because we get a lot of issues with, if the slouch over shoulders, or if the pecs are too tight, if the shoulders start internally, the shoulders become internally rotated too far. Okay, so we got to really focus on keeping that rotator cuff strong and keeping that shoulder stabilized. So I'm going to do what's called Y's, T's, I's, and L's, and we can do these at home as well, even standing up, no weight. So Y, so I'm going to give you this view first. I'm just bringing both arms up. I got my thumbs up. I'm starting from the hip, come up to a comfortable position. Remember, don't overextend. Again, you can be using soup cans, you can be using dumbbells while we're doing this to add resistance. You can use bands at home, or we can just really focus on form like we're doing here today and think about proper alignment. This is so great for the shoulder. Kind of opens up the chest. Again, so when you get to the top, making sure you squeeze, okay? Squeeze and hold isometrically. So that's my Y. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a good side view here of my T. So I want a good flat back position. Okay, I'm always thinking about my base. Thumbs are up. I'm just gonna open up, squeeze. Notice the T that I'm making. And following along at home, this feels so good because this really opens up everything in the upper extremity. Kind of gets those upper back muscles fired up. Notice how I'm getting that hold in those T's. When I finish on top, my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder should be aligned. Okay, so that was my T. Okay, so I started with the Y, I went T. I'm going to show you now the I, which is shoulder extension. So I got my same position. Okay, I'm going to bring almost neutral to where, again, my wrist, elbow, and shoulder are neutral. This is a great way to train your lats at home. Get the latissimus fired up. You know, because a lot of times you said, Shane, what do? I don't have a lat pull at home. I can't do lats. Well, this is a great way to activate the lats. You can really squeeze those lats when you get up there. Not only are we helping fire up the shoulder and stabilize, but we're getting extra benefit working those lats. Just like so. So that's I. And that's it. For me, it's a great way, an easy way to remember that at home, right? We've got Y's, T's, I's, and L's. I'm going to show you now the L to finish this routine here for the shoulder. Retract the scaps, externally rotate. Retract, externally rotate. If I need to at home, I can do this in the chair to take that, make it a little easier if this is too difficult. Is remember, we all work at different levels. We're all at different levels of fitness. It's great to really recognize where you're at and what we need to do to keep our bodies healthy. I'm gonna go 3 more here. Okay, woo, and then you can really feel a great burn in the rotator cuff, working those specific areas. Okay, so again, 2 or 3 sets of 10 on all these exercises. Okay, and that's why you notice I do a lot of instructing as I go through. I go slower because I want to talk about and educate what each movement's doing, why we're doing them, the importance of them. And I want to give you a chance to do them correctly. Because remember, form, function, technique. That's so essential in all exercises. And you're going to get a complete great workout, even body weight alone. Learn to fire the muscles properly. And I'm telling you, 3 sets of that whole program, you're going to really get a great workout, okay, and feel great about it. And as we go along in this program, each workout I'll perform different movements, different things that we can use. Today was more of a little bit of a bilateral approach. So again, tune in with me Thursday because we're going to do more of a unilateral approach once again. That helps us work on imbalances because remember, one limb's usually a little stronger than the other or opposing side. So those are great ways to really work and address that technique. Thank you so much, guys. I hope everything's great. I hope everyone's healthy at home. Thanks so much for tuning in. We as a family here at the Healthplex, we miss you. We're thinking about you, and we want to do everything we can as a professional group to help you be the best you can be. Again, tune in to all these classes. I'm telling you, we've got top-notch trainers They're all doing a fantastic job, and every trainer is bringing something different to the table. And it's collectively as a team, that's great for you at home. So thank you so much. Shane Moe here, Master Trainer, Indianapolis Healthplex.